The ocean is how deep? This question must have surely come to your mind at some point in your life. Since we have been aware, we have been hearing that 75% of our world is water while 25% is dry land. The human sitting on this land has immense knowledge about space, which is millions of kilometers away, and the planets, stars, and galaxies within it. But the surprising thing is that this same human has only been able to know about 5% of the ocean present on his own land. Far from understanding the ocean, humans have not been able to see complete 25% of dry land either. According to an estimate, more than half of the land is unexplored, which includes vast and frightening forests, high mountains, the Arctic region, and thousands of kilometers of unexplored areas. The desert is where going is considered impossible for humans. However, humans do know what and which creatures exist on this beautiful land. But a very large part of our land, in fact, the largest part, is such that humans know nothing about it, and we know this part is the ocean. In it, there are such creatures and mysteries that humans cannot even imagine. According to an estimate, if you were to throw all the buildings of the world, all the mountains, and every inch of land into the sea, it would only fill the ocean's water to a depth of 3 kilometers. To start talking about this depth of the ocean, if we go up to 40 meters from the ocean's surface. Below 𝗔𝗯ance, this is the area where scuba divers are allowed to go. If you go below this, at a depth of 92 meters, the wreck of the famous British ship, 𝗔𝗯ance, was found in 1915, which was discovered in 1935. Below this, at a depth of 100 meters, is the point that is dangerous for divers due to the height. At this depth, if deep divers do not trend, they stop feeling body parts. If the machine goes deeper, at a depth of 214 meters, Australian freediver Herbert created a world record by diving, and Herbert made this entire world record in just one breath. Below this, at a depth of 300 meters, is as high as the tower is. A little further down, the world record of Madhya Pradesh, which is kept at a depth of 332 meters, is the same. If you put the Empire State Building of New York upside down in the sea, the 500-meter deep point below is where the world's largest creature can be found, i.e. blue whale. Blue whale weighs 10,000 kilograms and it drives to a depth of 500 meters in the sea. Apart from this, the American nuclear Fox submarine can also go down to 500 meters, after which the pressure of the water starts to be intolerable. Below this is the depth of 535 meters, where the emperor penguins can dive. At this point in the sea, the pressure of the water is its color. It starts to show, but the emperor penguins have the capability to withstand this pressure. If you turn the world's tallest building, Burj Khalifa, upside down and dip it in the ocean, the depth will be 830 meters. This is the very point where sunlight can penetrate into the ocean. There is no trace of light, it's complete darkness. At this point, the water pressure reaches up to 1,500 psi, which is equivalent to if a buffalo stands on a coin. At a depth of 1,280 meters, we find leatherback sea turtles. These turtles can grow up to 6 feet long and weigh up to 700 kilograms, making them several times larger compared to normal turtles. This results in monstrous sea creatures lurking at a terrifying depth of 2,000 meters. Dragonfish is a species that lives in the depths of the ocean. This fish is completely black in the darkness of the sea, which makes it impossible to see without any flashlight. However, it can easily see in the dark. And this is just the beginning, the ocean is many times deeper than this. 𝗔𝗯ance, at a depth of 2,250 meters, is the point where terrifying species like the sperm whale and colossal squid reside, and can weigh up to 500 kilograms. They have dangerously sharp teeth, and this giant species can fight back and win with their teeth weighing 41,000 kilograms. At a depth of 3,800 meters, in 1985, the world's most famous Titanic wreck was found, which is still present here. A little deeper, at a depth of 3,810 meters, is the point from where recently, the wreck of the Ocean Gate submarine was found. So, 4,000 meters, that is 4 kilometers, is the depth of the ocean in that part which is called the abyssal zone. At this point, the water pressure can reach up to 11,000 psi. According to a missile, if a heavy elephant stands on a coin, the pressure would be the same as that experienced in this part of the ocean. But still, life exists in this part of the ocean. Here, astonishingly bizarre and terrifying creatures like anglerfish and viperfish are found. Below this, at a depth of 4,781 meters, is a point where the wreck of the battleship that was sunk in World War II is still present today, starts at a depth of 6,000 meters, or 6 kilometers. In fact, the day was referred to in the ancient texts about death as a place where the souls of the bad people are taken to be punished, submerged into the depths of the ocean, where the scene is always haunting. In this zone, the water pressure is tremendously high, enough to destroy any bulletproof material in moments. The research submarines of the Navy can go down to a depth of 6,500 meters, which is the point where they can effectively operate. This is the same submarine that discovered the famous Titanic wreck in 1985, which lies at a depth of 8,840 meters, equal to the height of Mount Everest. The machine goes down 10,000 rupees. The depth of 10,000 meters is the depth to which famous movie director James Cameron went alone in a submarine in 2012. A little deeper, at a depth of 100 to 916 meters, two renowned individuals named 𝗔𝗯cie and 𝗔𝗯𝚻 set a record for the deepest dive in a submarine. It took them a total of 5 hours to reach this point. However, at one point, cracks began to form in the submarine, which forced them to ascend urgently. The machine reached a depth of 100,972 meters, which is as high as commercial airplanes fly. This depth of 11,000 meters is known as the Challenger Deep, and it is the deepest point that humans have reached in the ocean. This world record was set by 𝗔𝗯cie𝘂𝘁𝗁 while sitting in a submarine. The point that was made at 11,000 meters below the sea is where humans have reached so far. According to research, this is just the beginning. The ocean is many times deeper than this. After years of deep sea series searches, humans have only been able to know about 5% of the ocean so far. No one knows what other creatures are present in the remaining 95%. I hope you like and share this video and subscribe to the channel as well. See you in the next video.